Hey, what's going on everyone? James 9 Numbers here and welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're going to be going over week 4 of Big Brother 24. So let's actually get started right away because there's not really too much to talk about, I would say. But, I could be wrong. But anyways guys, yeah. After Terrence chose Monty and Joseph to be a part of a trio, a competition was now underway, and the competition was basically based off of the movie The Invitation, and house guests had to find red invitation cards to basically in order to compete for the HOH. So the first 8 people that were able to find the red invitations were basically going to be eligible to compete for HOH. So yeah, that's actually what happened, and after the 8 were picked, the HOH was basically to, was the sliding cup thing, that competition, and Monty ended up winning, and as a result, both Joseph and their new partner Terrence were safe for the week. Now, initially, there were some discussions going on, and Monty decided to put Alyssa and Indy up as pawns, not as actual targets, as pawns, so that way they can backdoor Nicole. And the people on the leftovers the people that were not in the leftovers alliance assumed that they were going to backdoor Taylor, but in actuality the leftovers wanted to backdoor Nicole, so they decided to put Alyssa and Indy up on the block, and then afterwards the power of veto, the veto competition arrives, and yeah, Daniel and Kyle were picked for the veto competition and they ended up winning. And initially, the leftovers decided to change plans in order to keep Alyssa and Indy on the block, so that way, if one of them goes home, the other can actually join Michael and Brittany. Here's the thing: most of the leftovers were covered because they were partnered with someone who were not a member of the leftovers. Michael and Brittany were the only ones that were very vulnerable because they were not partnered with a non-leftover. And so, as a result, Monty tried to change strategies, from backdooring Nicole to getting rid of Alyssa because Alyssa was basically being a threat. And in fact, Kyle and Alyssa officially became a showmance over time. So, yeah, that's actually still, yeah. Many people thought Kyle was going to win, but many people are now believing that Kyle may have just blown his game up for Alyssa. But they know that Alyssa is not going to win the season. But anyways, yeah. Daniel and Nicole were alerted by Monty about this, but they decided not to listen, and unfortunately, Daniel used the veto, and Kyle was in a rough decision. He would either have to choose to save Alyssa or not. But it didn't matter. Luckily, Kyle didn't have to worry about it because Daniel made the decision all to himself, and unfortunately for Daniel, this ended up sealing Nicole's fate. And Nicole and Daniel were so confident too. They thought they had Jasmine, Indy, Alyssa, Terrence, Kyle, and Kyle's votes, along with Daniel's. They thought they had the numbers. However, they did not have Kyle's vote, and yeah, Monty would have broken the tie in favor of Taylor because she was part of the leftovers, so Nicole would have gone home anyways. After the veto competition, some of the leftovers felt very betrayed, but even though they had the votes, the leftovers had to make sure that they were able to get even more votes, so that way their alliance could be sealed. And Monty got the best present when Nicole told Monty that she was going to go after the girls that were her allies, Indy, Jasmine, and Alyssa. And Monty told Jasmine, and Jasmine told basically her allies about this, and this did not go well. They also learned, the girls, Alyssa, Indy, and Jasmine also learned from Nicole that she was a cop. She was a cop for 10 years as a detective. And in the previous week, she also told this to Terrence. So, yeah, the girls, Alyssa, Indy, and Jasmine, were basically concerned. They thought they had the numbers, but they were basically too concerned. They were basically tossed up. But in the end, they, along with Terrence, decided to just go with the house and vote to evict Nicole. Daniel was the only person who voted for Taylor to evict on eviction night. So, by a vote of 9-1, Nicole ended up getting eliminated. Oh yeah, and during this time, there was also some Muffingate. Apparently, what happened was Turner decided to play a prank on Jasmine by basically cutting up half of a muffin in the live feeds, which was not on the video. But yeah, other than that, there was also some harsh words made by Daniel, Nicole, and Indy the three main offenders. So throughout the whole series, and yeah, this was unfortunate. But anyways, yeah, basically Julie told Nicole about the leftovers, and after Nicole was evicted, Taylor had to choose which festy bestie group she wanted to be in. And yes, she could choose to join Joseph, Terrence, and Monty if she liked, making it a four-person. But she decided to go with Alyssa and Indy, which is a pretty smart move, by the way. And yeah, Brittany and Michael are still vulnerable. If they don't win the next HOH, they could be in some serious trouble. The initial plan was Brittany, Michael, and Taylor initially had the plan to keep Alyssa and Indy on the block, so that way one of them could join, like, you know, to join them, so that way all the leftovers would be covered. But yeah, things didn't work out, and yeah, that's kind of basically what happened. And the leftovers took a temporary hit, but however, it wasn't that big of a deal as Nicole and Daniel just hypocritically called other house guests clowns when basically the America is basically sees them as clowns. Both Daniel and Nicole are a couple of America's least favorite house guests. The hatred is so surreal, guys. Like, oh my god. Like, look at this. It's so crazy. Oh, and yes, the veto competition was basically that they were trying psychedelic slop. It was basically like weed. So, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. So anyways, guys, I think that's it for now. I'm sorry this was short, but it was kind of straightforward, really. So yeah, I really hope you guys I'll see you soon. And yeah. Oh yeah, and I think Alyssa and Indy were have-nots for that week, so yeah. And I think Indy got pissed. So yeah. Hopefully I'll see you guys later.